Hey guys, this is Götz from Behringer. Hopefully you have seen our introduction video about the new Wing console. There were so many questions in the comments that I asked Michael, this is one of the product specialists about the Wing, to answer the most common of them in this video.
Some users, including Greg Wright, ask about the processing capabilities and the latency of Wing. What I can say is that the whole signal path from your sources to your outputs is phase coherent, which means you can use the signal processing, including the gate, EQ and the compressor, in each instance, which means in the channel, the bus, the mains and even the matrices without any phase issues. The only thing that is accepted over there is the insert slots. But for all the compressors and the insert slots, we're providing a native dry-wet parameter, which means you can use parallel processing without the need of external buses. The whole latency of the console is around about 1 millisecond, and the matrices provide delay times up to 300 milliseconds. This could be really useful for video users, and I think Ken asked a question about this. We received a lot of questions regarding the studio capabilities of Wing, including the question of the user Minimoog. So for DAW control, we will start with implementing Mackie HUI and Mackie MCU protocols. But a big difference from Wing to X32 is that we can have up to 3 MIDI devices over one single USB connection. This means you can have much more faders and control knobs for controlling your DAW. We have no touch-sensitive faders on Wing, but they will detect even tiny movements and immediately switch to writing automation. In addition, we have a built-in audio interface for recording and playback of up to 48 channels. And for the recording path, you can choose whether you want to record your signals right after the head amp, so the source itself, or if you want to record it with the processing, which includes the EQ and dynamics. There seems to be some confusion about the internal and external expansions for Wing. So first of all, you have your card expansion slot. This one is a little bit different to the one from X32, since this one is capable of up to 64 input and output channels and has a different form factor. All the consoles will be shipped with this X-Live expansion card, and this card can record and playback up to 64 channels on 2 SD card slots. We have some more ideas for expansion cards, but please let us know in the comments which versions you would prefer. Thank you, Mark, for your suggestion of DCA spill. Currently this is not implemented, but probably we can take care of this in a later firmware update. And Kevin asked about pop groups. So the pop groups from the Midas Pro world are represented on Wing with the individual fader layers. So all the fader layers of all those 3 fader banks can be customized completely freely. And in addition to the level, you can also assign the send levels or even effect parameters to those. Mike asked a question about multiband compression, and similar to X32, we will provide multiband compressors in our effect rack. But what's already there is on all the channels, buses and mains, instead of the gate slot, you can use a single band dynamic EQ. And for the compressor, we have the key filter function, but we have a new X-over function. This gives you the possibility to compress just single parts of the spectrum of a signal. Now we have some more specific questions. Adam asked about the Ultranet connection, and yes, Wing has no Ultranet connection, but you can still use your P16 system when you are using the Ultranet connections on your stage box, for example. And in addition, we are working on a converter box from Stage Connect to Ultranet. Cameron asked about the GPIO ports, and those ports are currently using the same functions as the buttons on the custom control section. And by the way, thank you for the suggestion for the macros. Hopefully we will take care of this in an upcoming firmware update. And Michael asked about the solo in place, and yes, we have a solo in place function, and we even have an icon showing up in the info line when it's activated, since this function could be really dangerous, especially in live situations. Thank you for your questions.